The Halfway Man by Michael W. 09. You ever get those nightmares? Where you try and run, but you're floating so it makes running impossible? I always had that nightmare growing up, except each time there was a man whose teeth were like a beaver's teeth, and his eyes a pitch black. A man who every time would catch up to me and violently murder me. That dream was the most vivid dream I ever had as a child. Growing up, I was always scared of the man in my dream. Every night I had this dream. Every night I woke up, screaming and crying for my parents. Every night I kept a pair of scissors by my bedstand in hopes of killing this dream man when I saw him. As I got older, I gave the man a name, the Halfway Man, because he always caught up to me halfway through my escape. When I turned 11, my parents took me to see a dream specialist, Dr. Adrian Patel. He was around my dad's age and spoke in a thick London accent. I remember when I first saw him, he bombarded me with questions about my dream, and during these questions, I always came up with the most realistic and vivid answer. I think it scared him, but he did his best to hide it. After the questions, Dr. Patel put me inside a small, white room with a single bed in it. His assistants attached a crown-like device on top of my head, which had wires sticking out the top. After I got comfortable, Dr. Patel told me to go to sleep. I remember going crazy. I didn't want to see the Halfway Man again, but with the encouragement of my parents, I drifted to sleep. When I woke up, my parents were in a state of hysteria, and Dr. Patel's assistants were looking at me in pure horror. I groggily exited the room and saw Dr. Patel on the floor, a large pool of blood forming behind his head. I was too young to understand what was going on at the time, but now, as I'm older, I realize the truth as to why he died. After a lengthy investigation, the police concluded that Dr. Patel killed himself for no apparent reason. The dreams, however, continued. Me trying to run and the Halfway Man catching up to me and ripping out my insides. My parents tried yet again to take me to another dream specialist, but the same outcome occurred. As I saw more and more specialists, I saw more and more suicides unfold. After a while, my parents stopped taking me to dream specialists, and I became the subject of a subsequent police investigation. As I began to attend high school, the dreams continued, even though I had assumed they would go away after a while. This was also around the time that the police wrapped up their investigation and concluded that the other doctors, like Dr. Patel, had killed themselves for no apparent reason. I remember being on the news for a little bit, and every day I saw news vans in front of our house. I think it pissed off my parents, but they didn't really seem to say anything and just continued their day as normal. After some time, the police allowed my parents to see the footage of the incidents. I remember as I watched each tape, I became overwhelmed with pure horror with the realization of what caused these doctors to commit suicide. See, the Halfway Man had this strange ability. When you looked into his eyes, they compelled you to kill yourself. When Dr. Patel and the other doctors watched my dream unfold, they stared directly into the eyes of the Halfway Man. This caused all those doctors to kill themselves under some weird trance. The reason I evaded death for so long was because I was immune to the Halfway Man's effects. I suppose that's the reason he terrorized me for so long. He wanted to make me suffer for as long as he could. As I entered college, I got used to my dreams. I still have them, but by now I kind of accepted the fact that this will never end. The Halfway Man will forever be a part of my life, and I can't really do anything about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Horror Lake Quinn's CreepyPasta and Storytime channel. I'm the newest creature on the block, and it means so much to me that you are here, watching, listening, and perhaps commenting and liking the video, Or not, whichever one works. It means so much already that you are here at the end of the video. It means you've made it this far, and I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now, I hope to see you in the next broadcast. If not, you have a pleasant day, evening, or whatever time it may be. Thank you once again, and ta-ta.